Hello everyone, my name is Professor Rini, and in this video we will listen to 5 questions and talk about why this particular candidate failed the ICAO English test with level 3. As you probably already know, the passing grade for this test is at least level 4. So let's get to it. Let's listen to question 1 first, and while you're listening, try to spot some of the mistakes made here, okay? Here we go.
What are the good and bad things about being a pilot?
Being a pilot, in my opinion, the good part is very scheduling, very easy now, salary, and together with my family is very important for me.
Right, and the bad part?
Bad part, in my opinion, is a long time about together with my family, conviving with my family. My son is grow up with my wife only, because 5 days out, 1 a week.
I see.
So that's at the time.
So the question asked here was, tell me the good and bad things about being a pilot. I actually think he did a good job on the first part of the question. Now, on the other hand, when he answered the bad part about being a pilot, in my opinion, he made 2 crucial mistakes. 1, he said, convive com my family. He used the word Portuguese com. What he should have said was, spend time with my family. That would have been the proper answer. Second mistake was 5 days out of 1 week. He should have said once a week. 5 days, once a week, not 5 days out of 1 week. All right, so moving on, let's get to question number 2.
Which one do you prefer, Boeing or Airbus?
Nowadays I'm flying Airbus.
Right.
I prefer Airbus.
Do you?
Yes, do.
Why?
Because the aircraft is very clean. Airbus is very faster than Boeing.
Really?
Really, yes. It's a nice airplane.
Okay.
Alright guys, question number 2 was, which one do you prefer, Boeing or Airbus? He begins saying, I flying Airbus, instead of saying, I like flying Airbus. I prefer to fly an Airbus. Then he goes on to say the airplane is clean. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Also, he says Airbus is very faster than Boeing. Instead of saying Airbus is faster, he should have taken out the word very.
Okay. What city, what place don't you like to fly to?
What place?
Yes.
Russian.
You don't like to fly there?
No.
Why not?
Because the reason if I fly to Russia, to it's another country.
All right.
Question number 3. What city, what place don't you like to fly to? His first answer was Russian instead of Russia. That was a big mistake there. Secondly, he obviously did not understand the question, because he goes on to say that TAM Airlines does not have a flight to Russia. A good answer would have been, I don't like flying to São Paulo because the airport there is always crowded, for example. Alright, moving on. Let's get to question 4.
Why is it important to study phraseology?
Phraseology important.
Why?
Because
important.
very important, in my opinion, is because they are ATC control and the pilot. If you have good explain your what you want, and the ATC recognize your language.
Right.
It's in English.
Okay.
Question number 4. Why is it important to study phraseology? Well, first of all, I think he struggled here big time. He began to say phraseology, important, and then he goes on and says, if you have good explain, then he mumbled for a minute, what you want, he said what you want, and ATC recognize your language is in English. He didn't really make a lot of sense towards the end. What he could have answered, in my opinion, would be, I think phraseology is important because it is the only way pilots and air traffic controllers can communicate with each other in order to avoid miscommunication, which can sometimes lead to accidents. Moving on to the last question, question number 5.
If you worked abroad, what airline company would you like to work for?
Now,
If you worked in another country.
another country. Yes, I prefer stay in Brazil because
Right.
I'm nearest. I'm going to rest.
Right.
But if you ask me about United States, Miami
Really?
City,
Why?
because the life is very cheap. As there's many computers, TVs.
All right.
Alright guys, moving on to the last question here. The question was, if you worked abroad, what airline would you work for? I think this question here was the one that he struggled the most with. First of all, he did not understand the question. He went on to answer, if you ask about the United States, Miami, many computers, which really didn't make any sense to the examiner. He did not answer the airline he would like to work for. Instead, he just mentioned the city. He could have said American Airlines, he could have said United States, American Airlines, or Southwest Airlines, or United Airlines, or any other country, any other airline. But overall, I think this candidate was close. Unfortunately, he did not pass. I would have to agree with the examiner. I would have given him also a level 3. But a little bit more effort and he would have gotten level 4 for sure. I think he's on the border. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel to receive further updates